Hey, what's up? What's up? Joe in Vegas back with another review. Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld at Caesar's Palace at the Colosseum. I honestly wasn't going to do a review for this. I don't like doing reviews on comedy simply because it's a very hard thing to review without giving away jokes. I don't think that's right. I know a lot of comics make you lock up your phone these days. I've been to a lot of comedy where they're very they put your phones in one of those pouches. They're that strict about it. And Jerry was cool. He made a joke out of it. He said, "I don't care. Take out your phones." I don't want to give away the joke. See, I almost did it right there. But he did not care if he took pictures. He didn't care if he took videos. I'm not going to post the audio of his jokes. Again, I don't want to do that to you. I wanted to do a review just to keep it simple and just to, if anybody was thinking of going to show, if it's worth it to go, if he has an opening act, any little bit of information, any little bit of content I can do. I was there. I took some pictures and videos. I might as well share them, and I might as well share my experience. It's pretty slam dunk show. Honestly, it's a slam dunk show. Mario Joyner opens up for him. I don't know if you know him or not. He's a pretty well-known face for someone my age. Did a great set. These guys, it's old school. They're both wearing suits and ties. They're both very classy. It feels like an old school Vegas show. You're not going to hear any cursing. Jerry's notorious for being, I think they call it a blue comic, where he doesn't use bad language. They started about 8:15. Mario did about 15 minutes. Jerry came on at 8:30. He did about an hour. Got off at 9:30. And then he does a really interesting Q&A afterwards. He gets up there and just fields questions from the audience for about 10 or 15 more minutes. So I would plan from 8 to 10 if you're trying to make dinner reservations or something like that. Jerry reminds you, this is like the fifth time I've seen him, and every time the jokes are different. Every time they're classic. Again, I'm not going to give away jokes, but I'll tell you topics. He does everything. He does a lot of married stuff, a lot of kid stuff, because that's where he's at now in life. But he does like the most random stuff. I'll give you a little bit of a joke. It's not really the punchline, but simple, classic Seinfeld stuff like, why does Frankenstein wear a sport coat? Like what? The things you never thought of as a kid. I won't go into the punchlines of the joke, but it's something like that. It's so Seinfeld. Like, why does Frankenstein have a sport coat on? And it's these like moments that made him so successful. It's what made the show so good. It's these little everyday things that just slip past our conscious. Our conscious? Is that the right word? Conscious, whatever. Slips right past us, and we just miss him. We miss the comedy in everyday life. He goes, he does that. He does infomercial jokes. He does, like I said, a lot of family, a lot of vacation jokes. He runs across every category you can imagine. And it's just great, and it's perfect. And if you love Seinfeld, the show, he's in full character. It's not character. This is who he is. He's full Jerry Seinfeld. He's full observational humor, and it's perfection. And you see why he deserves all of his success. As far as stand-up goes, he is, I think, and I've seen a lot of them lately in the last few years. I mean, the best of the best. The Joe Rogans and the Theo Vaughns and all the guys that are at the top of the game right now. Jerry's a classic. He's a legend, and I think he's better than those guys. I was hanging on to every single word he said tonight. His timing is impeccable. I've heard him on podcasts where he talks about how much thought he puts into the timing of jokes, how much thought he puts into words, and he'll use the word Viking because it's funnier than the word, Greek or whatever. Whatever words he uses, he's very specific on the words. It's a real craft. It's not some guy who just picked up a microphone. Scale of 1 to 10 from a comedy standpoint, this is a 9.9 out of 10. It's worth the money. I paid $100 for tickets, which is very cheap for such a A+ level show like that. I was in the third level of Caesars. Here's a good tip for you. They have these boxes. There's like 2 of them on the second floor, 2 of them on the third level. I think they're row P's. You can see it on the map. If you can get in those boxes, they're great. They're little Abraham Lincoln boxes. There's rolly chairs. There's no one behind you. You have a little ledge with no one in front of you. I paid $99 for the third floor, and it was just perfect. Everything about that was perfect. 9.8 out of 10. Great stuff. I'll keep this short because there's really nothing else to talk about. But if you're on the fence and you want to know if Jerry Seinfeld's worth going to, absolutely. Go see him. Thanks for listening. Comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Subscribe. And I will see you at the next show. Thank you.